Take a few moments to settle into a position of comfort, ensuring you have a pillow, or blankets, or blocks nearby. Either propping yourself up seated with lots of cushion and support, or I suggest you lay down on your back. So there's absolutely nothing that you need to hold or engage. Fully allowing your body to surrender and be held. As you transition into this comfortable posture, allow your eyes to stay open as you gently move your gaze from left to right. Noticing detail in your space. And for a few movements from side to side, allow it to be just your eyes. Feeling how your breath supports this oscillation from left to right, right to left. And notice what feels different as you now allow your head and neck to move. Perhaps in sync with the movement of your eyes, or perhaps not. And when your eyes land on an object or color or shape that feels warm and welcoming, just allow your gaze to remain there. And perhaps there will still be a little bit of movement through your body as your eyes hold still. For a few moments, breathing in the quality that you are gazing at, and letting go a little more with each exhale. Releasing your gaze from that object, bring your head and eyes, spine into a neutral position. And we'll do 3 rounds of the double pump inhale with a gentle hold, with a long sigh and sound. In these 3 rounds, let's practice allowing the hold at the top of the double pump to be a little longer each round, and perhaps even the exhale to be a little longer each round. You could unite with my rhythm and sound, or go in any direction that feels good for you. When you're ready, you can begin. And now slowly shift into what feels like a natural, nourishing, balanced rhythm of breath. If you haven't closed your eyes yet, and it feels okay to do so, you can allow your eyelids to lay heavy. As more and more of your attention syncs up with your breath. Now, to consciously breathe less or deliberately create mild air hunger is a form of positive stress exercise. And when we sustain this mild to moderate air hunger for 7 or more minutes, it resets our respiratory pattern generator. This increases your tolerance to carbon dioxide and thereby signals that it is safe and beneficial to breathe slower and softer as your default. This supports your body's ability to experience deep rest throughout the day as your natural breath rhythm elongates and relaxes. As we move through this practice, it's important that you gauge your nervous system response and give yourself generous permission to take breaks, to monitor whether you are in your window of tolerance or not. So if you notice a steady incline in your sympathetic activity, that is a good sign to take a step back from the practice or simply bring a little bit more spaciousness into what you are practicing. So you have choice and power here. So mild to moderate air hunger is the goal, and that looks different for each one of us. We begin with the practice of simply slowing the rhythm of our breath by 1 second. Not to breathe in more air, just to breathe in slow motion. You might find it helpful to place a hand on your belly or wrap your hands around the sides of your ribs. That little bit of compression as you inhale to slow your inhale down, to feel it low and deep, yet soft and slow. Just continue this practice for another minute. Just getting familiar with this slower than your normal breath. And perhaps this is inducing a mild air hunger. If this already feels too intense or extreme, then your practice is to allow a few rhythms of this slow motion breath and then let go of the manipulation and just breathe. Titrating in and out of this practice for the remainder of this recording. And if this slow motion breath is feeling mildly uncomfortable, yet sustainable, you might even notice that it starts to feel easier after a minute or so. And the next step, if you choose to continue, is to now shorten your inhale, perhaps by a couple of seconds. Lengthen your exhale by a couple of seconds. And allow a pause at the bottom of your exhale for 2 to 5 seconds. So that as the next inhale comes in, compress on your belly or ribs to support your body in still breathing in slow and shortening the inhale so there's not that feeling of satisfaction. Right into relaxing and releasing on your exhale. And that gentle pause with empty lungs. So still finding a rhythm here as we move into a little bit more of this moderate air hunger. Anytime it starts to feel like it's too much, just allow your inhale to be a little bit more spacious. Right into that long, relaxed exhale. And you could shorten the breath hold at the bottom of the exhale if you need a little bit more time to regulate. So keeping the exhale long and relaxed. Playing with this shorter inhale and a breath hold at the bottom of the exhale. And if this is feeling fairly comfortable or sustainable for you, and see if you can shorten your inhale to a 1 or 2 second inhale. Still slow, it's not fast, it's compression on your ribs, that short inhale into the long exhale. Then play with that breath hold at the bottom. Being mindful, one breath at a time. We want to stay in this range of moderate air hunger. Perhaps moments of a little bit more than moderate. We want to find that ability to feel regulated and moments of pure satisfaction in our breath. Just another minute with this short inhale, playing with the length, the long, relaxed exhale, and playing with the length of a breath hold at the bottom. Using gentle compression on your belly or ribs. Supporting that inhale to be contained, slow, deep. Now you could stay in this practice or shift back to the slow motion breath, or release the practice and just breathe, or step into the final stage of this breathing less practice. We begin by allowing what feels like a natural breath, perhaps 3 of them, where you're letting go of manipulation, just breathing slow yet fully, offering yourself a little bit of regulation. And at the bottom of your next exhale, hold. And you're going to hold as long as you can, waiting for the impulse to breathe and softening around it. And when the impulse to breathe feels past moderate, it's more into the extreme, you're going to do 6 short bursts of breath, where it's a 1 second inhale, 1 second exhale. And that exhale is still relaxed yet short. 6 of those, and then right back into what is a natural, regulated, smooth, nourishing breath. So in your own time, in your own way, after 2 or 3 of those regulating breaths, you begin another breath hold. Relaxing in the emptiness. And again, whenever that breath hold has moved into moderate to extreme air hunger, perhaps using compression on your belly and ribs to support the short bursts of breath, you engage in 6 1 second inhale, 1 second relaxed exhale. After 6, again move back into what feels like a natural, smooth, nourishing breath for 3 rounds. By no means do I expect you to be in alignment with my cues, as it will change day to day, moment to moment. But after those 3 or so regulating breaths, right back into a breath hold at the bottom of your exhale. Relaxing into the emptiness, waiting for the impulse to breathe. And whenever that impulse feels moderate to extreme, you then engage in those 6 short bursts, 1 second inhale, 1 second exhale, followed by a relaxed, nourishing rhythmic breath. 3 rounds. Into your next breath hold. That's the rhythm. 1 more minute. So at the end of your next round, when you naturally move back into the regulating breath, allow yourself to stay there. As you just breathe, letting go of any manipulation, any structure. Just be with your breath. Feel into the breath's intelligence. Its flexibility and buoyancy. Its rhythm. Notice the sensations that change moment after moment. And if you truly believed that your breath was your best medicine, how would that change, or would it change the way you are breathing right now? Or your experience of your breath? Or perhaps there's an area of your body that you could consciously send this medicine towards. Within your next few breaths, on the occasional inhale, push your body into the floor. And as you exhale, feel yourself soften and surrender. Now allow that push on your inhale to be more focused in your pelvis as you push down and feel a gentle cat-cow motion begin to ripple through your body with each breath. Moving upwards, down, from side to side. Feeling as though there are waves oscillating through your spine in every direction, yet in sync with your breath. Inviting in some reaching and stretching, so that your whole body is touched by this mindful movement and your conscious breath. Now, if you notice any lingering activation, any tension or worry or anxiety, now or later on today, you can place your hands where you feel that lingering activation as you acknowledge it and practice self-compassion with your breath, simply by noticing what you feel, normalizing it as something that everyone experiences. And then communicate patience and kindness and spaciousness with your breath. When you're ready, you can open your eyes if they haven't opened yet. And gently guide yourself back into a seated posture, or simply adjusting your posture if you were seated. You could place your hands on your heart or in the seal of offering, Anjali Mudra, with your palms touching. Feel your inhale expand through your belly and back as your heart meets your hands. And feel your exhale soften and ground you down as your hands meet your heart. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.